What's up YouTube, what's up Raider Nation, it's your boy Mr. Raider Kid 24 here, bringing you my first video for the off season. I don't want to stop making vids, and so I'm going to stay consistent with them, and there's something to talk about this week, and I'll bring you different kinds of videos every week or every other week. But as the playoffs roll on, I like to give my playoff predictions. You know, the Raiders are looking for a head coach. There's a lot of candidates. I'd like to briefly comment on that, and about the draft, just take a little poke at it. So let's get started. There's a lot to talk about head coaches, but real quick, we know that Reggie McKenzie will be back. No word on Tony Sparano, but he is in the mix for the head coach. He is not ruled out, that's for sure. As for our defensive and offensive coordinators that did terrible this year, they are still on staff, but are assumed to be terminated, hopefully as soon as possible, because we need new guys. We need new coaches to come in here and turn this thing around. So there's a lot of names. There's a couple interviews that have already happened, and that some interviews that are soon to happen. So let's get started. Let me start with, I'm just going to go down the list real quick. So there's Cardinals defensive coordinator Todd Bowles. There is 49ers tight end coach Eric Mangini. Eagles offensive coordinator Pat Shurmur. There is Broncos defensive coordinator Jack Del Rio. Seahawks offensive coordinator Darrell DeVell, I think that's how you say his name, and Colts offensive coordinator Pep Hamilton, and a kind of a guy that's not really in the mix, but could be possibly, and the only reason why his name is out there because of his ties with McKenzie, and that's Mike Holmgren, who is not currently coaching, or he's the president of the Cleveland Browns operations, something like that. So these guys all have something significant about them. Few have no head coaching experience. A couple guys are young and just started coaching in the NFL. And there's a couple guys who have had a head coaching experience and haven't done too well. So let me start with a guy who already had his interview. That's Darrell DeVell, offensive coordinator for the Seahawks. Wasn't confirmed by the Raiders that he had an interview, but Pete Carroll, the head coach, confirmed that on Sirius XM radio, talking about how he had an interview, but didn't go into brief details. I don't think it's anything serious. I think they're going to, just talk to a few guys. But they have asked for permission to talk to Todd Bowles, to Jack Del Rio, which was announced today, and a lot of people assume this, and Pep Hamilton. Because they're all in the playoffs, it's kind of hard, and I think Jack Del Rio interview will come tomorrow, though. So as the Broncos have a bye this week. Another guy is Eric Mangini, who, of course, the Niners aren't in the playoffs, but is a tight end coach and is assumed to be interviewed. And I think what Mark Davis and McKenzie are doing is they're going to interview a bunch of different guys and kind of get a feel for each one and see which one is the best fit for the Raiders. And I'm hoping they pick the right guy. Don't pick McKenzie's guy. Don't pick Davis's guy. Pick the right guy. Pick the Raiders guy. That's most important, and McKenzie's going to be in the mix. Davis this time will be also in the mix in the decision of picking the next head coach. So I have a little comment on each guy. Sorry if I sound congested. I think I'm getting a little sick, but I'm fighting it. I'm feeling better though. I have a comment for each coach, potential head coach, and I'm gonna go down the list. And don't let me forget Tony Sparano. Like I said, he's still in the mix. And another guy, Rex Ryan. I don't think he'll be in the mix for the Raiders head coach. I think he was interviewing for the Niners position, and the Raiders didn't even give him an interview. So I think that alone says a lot. I really don't want Rex Ryan as a head coach. It'd be great if you want to become a defensive coordinator, but his stubborn ass probably doesn't want to do that. But oh well, his loss. All right, let's start with Cardinals defensive coordinator Todd Bowles, who has no head coach experience, but has bounced around the league as being a different kind of coach here and there. Has done a pretty, actually I should say, very good job with the Cardinals, turning their defense around, making them really good this year. 49ers tight end coach Eric Mangini has some head coaching experience, not too great. He was alright. He was the coach of the Jets and the Browns for a while. Pat Shurmur, also former head coach of the Browns, but nothing else. Has been offensive coordinator here and there. In my opinion, I think he's a little better at offensive coordinator than head coach. Broncos defensive coordinator Jack Del Rio, who has a pretty significant amount of experience, has coached the Jacksonville Jaguars for a whole really long time, but since has been a defensive coordinator since his firing. I think it was '08 or '09. Seahawks offensive coordinator Daryl DeVell, tongue twister, has no head coach experience, but has done a pretty good job there in Seattle. And Colts' youngest, I think this is the youngest guy of them all. He's 40. Pep Hamilton, who has done a very good job as well, offensive coordinator for the Colts, giving Luck those numbers, crazy numbers. There's Mike Holmgren, who is a dream guy you can have as a head coach, as has 17 years of experience, only 3 losing years, and 1 was really bad. The other 2 were just like 7-9 and 6-10, I think. Has an overall record of 161 and 111. Has a Super Bowl championship and has been to the Super Bowl 3 times. So that's a guy everyone would love to have. He's been there, done that type of dude. And but I don't know if he fits as a Raider head coach. Not sure if he fits. I mean, you picture Mike Holmgren as a Raider head coach. I don't know. You kind of like But some guys that may fit. Tony Sparano. I think he fits. I think he fits the image of the Raider, and a lot of players. That's why I think a lot of players love him right now, and that's why I wouldn't be too mad if he comes back. But if he does retain the head coach position, I would expect to see a great defensive coordinator to come in and fill those shoes of our guys that are in now. Couple quick notes though: Eric Mangini, don't want him. Pat Shurmur, don't want him. Simple as that. Eric Mangini, not a great. I wouldn't say he's not a great coach. He didn't do well with the Browns and the Jets. He had one. His first year was his best year. It was a 10-6 year, and that's when Chad Pennington had his comeback year, I guess you could say, led them to the playoffs. But nah, the Eric Mangini, not feeling it. Pat Shurmur, better offensive coordinator, led the St. Louis Rams from a 1-15 record to a 7-9 offensively, and as the Browns head coach was 9-23. Nah, not feeling it. Jack Del Rio, though, I think he's probably the fan favorite right now, and significantly because he grew up in the East Bay. His parents have season tickets to the Raiders. He grew up a Raider fan. I think that's why a lot of people like him. But then again, as a Jacksonville Jaguars head coach, he didn't do that bad. His record overall was a 68-71. A couple losing seasons his last year. Didn't get to finish it, but finished. Got fired at 3-8. But did lead this Jacksonville Jaguars to a 12-4, 11-5, playoffs here and there. Something that you don't think about when you say Jacksonville Jaguars playoffs. What? But those are the coaches, and right now, I think my opinion, honestly, I wouldn't be mine with Jack Del Rio, and he will probably have an interview tomorrow. I wouldn't mind him. It's kind of hard to say if I would like Pep Hamilton, sorry, or Todd Bowles, but those are guys that you take shots on, and I'm not sure if the Raiders really want to take shots. Honestly, I say if my top 3, it would be Jack Del Rio, Mike Holmgren, Tony Sparano. Mike Holmgren is probably a long shot, probably won't happen, but that's a guy I'd love to see a head coach. So I want to give my predictions for the wild card weekend. There's some games going to happen today, and real quick question for you guys to answer in the comments below: Cooper or Williams? I don't know if you know this, but Leonard Williams on his Instagram posted up a picture, I think a fan-made picture of him wearing Raider gear, and said, Raider Nation best fans. This guy's come out and said that he'd love to play for Oakland. I think he grew up a Raider fan, and kind of liking him now after I'm hearing this. And Cooper, still a great receiver, probably the first receiver going to come off the board, top 5 talent. Who do you guys want right now? And it's before the draft. It's before the draft combine, and in my opinion, these 2 guys will be available at our spot, possibly, because I think 1 and 2. I know most of us know for a fact 1 and 2 are going quarterbacks. Everybody is saying that. That's a fact. But we're not too sure if that's going to stay like that until the draft combines. It could change. But what do you guys think? Leave it in the comment section below. But real quick, let me get to my picks. Go ahead and leave your picks too. There's only 4 games this weekend. Stupid TV. Lost color. Alright, so I got the Panthers. This is going to be kind of a shocker to maybe some of you. But they're on the 4-game winning streak. They're at home. I think they're just going to turn up the Jets. I got the Panthers over the Cardinals, and I'm going with a little upset as well. A great rivalry between the Ravens and the Steelers. Always a good game to watch, always close. But I got the Ravens. I think, with the Steelers without Le'Veon Bell, I think it might hurt them a little bit, and the Ravens defense are going to probably take advantage of that. And then for Sunday, I got the Colts over the Bengals. I don't think the Bengals are strong enough. I just don't think the Colts are too strong with that offense, and hopefully they don't choke. I feel like the Colts can choke instantly. And I got the Lions upsetting the Dallas Cowboys. Remember, the Cowboys are undefeated on the road, but not undefeated at home. So the 4 losses have all come at home. I think the Lions will make it a 5th. And that's my time, guys. Thank you very much for watching. This has been the first week of the off season. Let me know in the comments below about your opinions on the head coaching, the picks, and the draft. And like, comment, share, subscribe. Raider Nation all day, baby. See you guys later. Peace out.